Hi, I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Anna.
And we're two sisters who love handcrafting and figuring things out.
Welcome. It is Saturday, October 25th, 2025, and we have an overcast day here in Northern California. Keep thinking maybe it's going to rain, lots of clouds on the hills. It's starting to be fall.
Yep, there's an atmospheric river in the Pacific Northwest, so whether it makes it down to us or not.
I hadn't heard that. Welcome. We're happy
welcome.
you're here, and we're happy to be here.
Happy fall, everybody. By the time you see this, it's going to be almost Halloween, then we're going to move into fall. American Thanksgiving. I think have Canadians already had their Thanksgiving?
Yep.
I think so. Okay, what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to have a little chit chat. We're going to toast a big finish. We're going to share our other finishes and whips. We're going to get curious about the Jingle Ball. We're going to contemplate our futures, which means plans. And then we're going to
wait a minute.
I know.
I didn't plan for that one.
And then we're going to end, of course, with our thumbs up. So let's just start a little chit chatting. How are you, Anna?
I'm pretty darn good.
Okay, good.
How are you, Carolyn?
Feeling it. It's good. Things are good. What are some things that came up from the comments? We had a lot of great comments, everybody. You all rock it.
Loved reading them.
Rock it.
It's really, really fun when you put your, what am I trying to say? Your ideas about a topic that we have talked about. And last video, we talked about ways that we were documenting our crafting doing journaling for our crafting or documenting our crafting in general. And I do want to say part of the reason this came up in the first place is because Carolyn's blog, knitting blog from years ago, went away.
The company went away, TypePad. So if anybody else was on TypePad, gone.
And it wasn't until I was home, or maybe the next day, that I realized I had a blog.
I know.
too.
Isn't that so funny? Okay.
On TypePad.
And on TypePad.
And
Did you get an email at all about it going under?
But my email has changed too.
Okay.
I used to have a MindSpring email.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So first of all, Carolyn, tell your part of the story, and then I'll tell my part of the story.
Okay.
Because you have a happy.
Do you remember who the commenter was when we read it?
I didn't write down the name.
Okay.
Sorry.
Whoever mentioned the Wayback Machine, thank you. When I first read the Wayback Machine, I was like, oh, isn't that what the Mac has? I'm like, oh, I never had it on my hard drive. And then I'm like, well, maybe I should go Google and make sure. So Wayback Machine is an internet archive. It's a nonprofit, and Nona Knits is on there. I can go back to the full site. Now it's just archived away, but it's there. So at least I'm going to go back and read it just to see. And then I'm going to see if there's any way for particularly some of my techniques or some things that I would Google myself to refer back to them, see if I can download them.
You at least have to
Or
find
save
the
them as
one
a
that your
PDF.
colleague was asking about.
I know. So thank you. I would never have found it. And when it came up, I practically started crying. So that just also meant, maybe it meant a little bit more to me than I had thought. So again, and I think it just stays on there for as long as that internet archive is there.
Yeah.
But it does make me really just want to go back and read and see who Carolyn was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Your graphics, I mean, I just got a glimpse of it just now as I came over. Really?
I worked really hard on that. I picked my color, and that was back in the day. Like, there were no templates or anything. I did my own color scheme. I knew about HTML. I had like the advanced version where I could modify the HTML code. I had worked really hard on my photos. Like, it was a labor of love.
Yeah. So I'm very happy for you.
Yeah. So thank you, Wayback Machine recommender. I'm going to go back to the comments and find out who that is and give a special thank you.
I should have written that down.
Yeah.
So my blog was called Collage 365, and I had this idea that I was going to make a little collage every day for a year. That's where the 365 comes from.
Wow.
And I did not make it through the year, and I've given many away.
Wow.
As just like
Anna.
birthday gifts and things like that.
Wow.
But some of them were successful, and some of them were not. It's just fun to dig through this box.
It would be neat to make a collage of your collages.
Oh, hadn't thought of that.
Wow.
Oh, so this is a chopped up photo of Carolyn, the lamps in Carolyn's house. And then I also have this little book because I was doing things like sewing leaves on. So in this book are things that have natural items.
It's kind of like a collage version of like Zen Doodles. Oh, I like this one.
Thank you.
Be interesting to sort of cross stitch some collages.
Well, this is related to something I worked on, like basketball. Who knows what? So this is 20 years ago. I think it was 2007.
Yeah.
Oh, this was very, very common for me.
Yeah, that looks very much like you. You know, it's funny. I had
chopsticks and a grapefruit.
I wonder if it was the same time you were doing this. I had another blog. I'm going to see if I can get it on the Wayback Machine too. It was called Nona Swatches, and it was just for 1 year, and I did a swatch a day of different things.
Yes.
Same thing. I don't think I made it through the year, but I did like well over 100 swatches.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to go back and see. If
I know I'm as always influenced by you. You probably encouraged me. Because it was type pad too.
I think at the time, a lot of people were do something every day for a year. That was sort of like a trend that was going on for a while. Anna, I'm so happy you have these. It's funny, most of my swatches I've given away. I've kept a couple of mine. Oh, this is cool. Can we put that on a project bag?
Look, this is sort of an interesting little one. It's like folded like a fan.
Anna, you are so creative.
Oh, thanks. I remember it was a big deal. Like I learned how to set something so that it would get published if I was gone for a weekend. Of how to set
you could.
That was like very exciting for me.
She stitched one of the orange slices in that. I hope you don't mind me just taking random.
No, not at all. These were all public. So.
This is so
cut
cool.
out.
Oh, that's right. It was all public.
Thank you for asking.
I love this.
You know,
I ask after showing a bunch. Wow.
Okay,
do you ever go like, this was so long ago, do you sometimes look at this stuff and be like, I even forgot I did this, and who was that person?
Well, I did forget that I had a blog, otherwise it would, but when I look back, it's not sort of like who was this person, it was sort of like, oh my gosh, I can see how this helped me be who I am today. And I feel like I can also look at these much more objectively, like, doesn't work, almost works. I guess I feel a little removed because I made them so long ago.
Yeah.
And like I said, some of my favorite ones have been given as gifts. I put who
do that?
Who was at the age 20 years ago?
It almost looks like my older son, his style of like drawing, he would have been 18. 18 at the time.
We can ask him.
I think he may have advanced a small amount.
I also want to show the box because I remember distinctly, this was a Banana Republic box, and I thought in 20 years, the box situation has really changed. This is so sturdy, and look at that cool little stripe.
Is it like did you buy something? Was it a gift box or
did you just a gift box? I remember I had another one, a bigger one in a different color.
Yeah.
So I remember at the holiday time, it used to be a big deal. Like, may I have a box, please?
That's
and
right.
They were really nice. It wasn't they were sturdier than they are now. Yeah. Okay, enough about
that. Anna, what a great blast for the past. But I like that idea of thinking like, even if we've moved through different mediums and different crafts, we're building on our knowledge. You know, you might be like using new materials, but it's like it's really one long journey.
And even when I found that box, I was like, oh my gosh, do I want to save it? Probably because it's really fun to look at. But it was a reminder of, if I chucked it, it's fine because like it's all in me, all of that practice. that I had from all those little collages. Back to comments. In
Okay,
addition
wow.
to the typical cross-stitch journaling, like what's it called?
Book of
Book of
Days.
Days. Someone mentioned an app called Day One.
You know, Susan uses that. She uses that for her. It's an app on your phone, or one of our sisters. She uses it particularly when she's traveling because she can put photos, she can list things she did that day. So she really enjoys that app as well.
It looked really fun.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned morning
this is
pages.
so cool.
So those of us who have been around enough years remember that when this book came out, The Artist's Way, I remember a group of moms at a preschool. We got together once a month and we were reading it chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
And one of the parts of the creative process is you write every morning, called morning pages.
Can we just look at the author's photo? This, if you recognize that hairstyle, you're of the generation.
Yeah, and this book is yellow. Let's look at the copyright.
It's probably like 19.
Even my handwriting has changed. 1992.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's dusty. Some people mentioned bullet journals, and they specifically mentioned because I think I said something like, I'm not sure where I would find something if I mush all my stuff together, but bullet journals have that index in the front, which I know you've done before. And then somebody even mentioned that they have a 5-year journal. Like, I don't think I've ever used a journal longer than a year.
I started a 5-year journal in July, and this particular one I have, it's a lectern. It has a day, and then it has 5 spaces for 5 years. And I started in July because I thought it'd be really fun, particularly with my granddaughters. Like, we were going on vacation. Like, when I'm with them, I'll often say, like, what's your favorite thing today, or what's something you did? And I've done it every day since July.
They have to show that to me
at some point. Yeah.
The other thing is that I mentioned in our last video that I have a perpetual problem of my threads untwisting. So like I never have to do the hold your thread upside down and the needle goes like
You're
that.
like,
never.
you're probably twisting it along.
But I've heard the idea of like when you're stitching to loop your thread above, because mine usually hangs below, and I've heard the idea of doing like a little twist. I do an opposite twist when I'm using 103s. That works okay for me, but somebody mentioned a third thing of putting the eye of the needle instead of the point of the needle through the fabric. I tried it a little bit, and it didn't seem to make a difference for me, but I might try it again.
Yeah. So we had so many, I mean, we always have great comments, but there were some real awesome, and I agree. And of course, it's always, I love when people say, hey, we really enjoyed, or like we'll say something like, oh, you kept me company tonight. Like those are super fun comments too, but I feel like we learn more about people when maybe we have pose a question or ask them to share or something that we've talked about. So
That's what I was trying to spit out. This particular round of comments, I think because documenting hit a chord with a lot of people. It's very fun to read what a lot of people do.
I've been continuing to think about that, and I have some ideas, and I will come share them once I have percolated them a little bit more. Okay, awesome. So things going on in your life?
Last week I taught cross-stitching at school. So fun.
Do you have any pictures you can show?
Well, I brought one thing.
Okay.
Lots of students worked very, very hard to make like a cute little animal or a pumpkin, sort of fall motifs.
Did you use those patterns that I had?
Carolyn had, and I got a few other ones. So the majority of students did that, and on 14 count Ada, and worked really hard, and were just like, the room was silent. I'm telling you, silent for long periods of time because they were just. But a few, like one student immediately started. She got a piece of craft paper and she designed her own thing. It was sort of like an ink circles kind of thing. And then another student kept asking me questions like, do you have any other kind of thread? Do I have to make X's? And she started combining X's with lots of other things. And the students really liked these wood canvases. And so this is pearl cotton. And she started sewing on them, and then she started putting them together, and she gave this to me as a gift. And
that's awesome.
It's just amazing what comes out of 11, 12, 13
what a neat idea to also have some others. So did you have some perforated paper too?
I did, although that didn't really fly.
But the wood?
And I also had several colors of Ada, and we were going to dye our own Ada. No, like the white Ada.
Once they got going with the process.
Yeah. It was a great week. So that's been really, really fun. And I've been enjoying watching baseball. World Series has started. So I guess by the time this is published, we'll have more news.
Oh, yeah. It was a good game last
Carolyn,
night.
anything of note?
Nothing.
Lots of regular things?
Lots of regular things. And just good.
Okay,
Good. Before we go any further too, I want to just circle back to the Krista West Oblia Folk Embroidery, the giveaway. So both books and the larger blue kit, I've been contacted for those and they got mailed out. So probably by the time this video goes out, hopefully everybody has received theirs. I still haven't heard from the 2 bookmark winners. Show the kits again. And here I'm going to put up the names again. Okay, so we have Lee Noonan, 579. And then Becky Clay, 6363. So I'm going to let's give those winners until we have our next video. And if I haven't heard from either of those, we'll redraw winners for the 2 bookmark kits. A little housekeeping. Okay, done.
Okay, the reason we have some Prosecco going is Carolyn has some very exciting news.
Okay, so everybody. My Fruits of Plenty, and I'll show you more, is almost done. I have 2 stitches left down here at the very bottom, putting in the date. It's 2025, and I thought I would finish it with you all. So I'm just going to put my stitching glasses on.
Great.
And I'm going to take my 2 stitches. I stitch in hand.
Beautiful.
Okay. Oh, the light's not so good in here.
You want my flashlight on my phone?
No, I'm going to do whatever I can do. It's going to be good enough. Okay, now I'm coming back. I'm going to take this to the back. Let's even finish it and take
Definitely.
a snippet.
Carolyn stitches in hand and she sort of uses this finger on the top of her needle to go like this. It's fun to watch you.
I love these scissors.
Snip.
Put my other glasses back on. Do 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 do.
Okay, come on.
Do 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 do. Do
you see the confetti coming down?
Wait, oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Cheers. I finished Fruits of Plenty.
Amazing.
Okay.
Give us a good look. We also have some nonpareils because Carolyn loves nonpareils.
Oh, thank you, Anna. Well, I started this in January
I got it over here.
2021. It started up at the top. It was the annual SAL. And it's really kind of down at the house last we saw.
How did you get all that done in 2 weeks?
I was heads down.
Like, how many hours a day?
My normal stitching amount,
Oh,
but I
okay.
really didn't stitch much at all. I personalized it with the CQ. And then 2025.
I love it.
I am so, even when we were starting this, I look at this and I go, did I really stitch that? I feel like it's so striking and so beautiful. It was a design, of course, by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I stitched it on 32 count Zweigart linen that I indigo dyed. And I'm going to actually talk about that process in just a minute. So I think it's probably smaller
Definitely.
than the 32 count. And I used MPI Silk 991BB and stitched 1 strand over 2 threads. As I said, I started it January 2021 and finished it October 2025. And I think this
it feels like longer.
I know. This is my third, it was either my 3rd or 4th start because I had just started stitching.
Start ever.
Yeah, end of October 2020. So it's like go big or go home. And Anna, the first time we talked about this was episode 5.
I want to go back and look at that.
And what we were talking about, and I just could look at the show notes and the images that we had shown for that, is we were thinking, it was in June of 2022, and we were looking for ways that we could restart it. We were both kind of about here, and we were both committed, and Joan had started hers.
Yes.
And we were committed to finishing it, but didn't know quite what to do. Remember, we tried, this was really challenging to get it done, and we tried lots of different things that did work for a while, and then we'd sort of peter out again.
Yeah.
To do that. I also feel like for me, this is a real coming of age piece because it's really from the beginning to now. And I remember I started across here. It was so hard to see. I didn't know about the vertical line. The indigo dye, indigo covers a surface versus getting in. So it was hard to see where the holes were. It took me like 45 minutes to do like 15 stitches and back. I learned how to pin stitch through this. I went from stitching in a hoop to stitching in hand. Like it has so much history in it. So really, really exciting.
I actually remember cussing because my pin stitches kept coming out of this.
I know.
I don't think I was piercing the thread enough to really stabilize.
Yeah, you almost have to like go through the thread on both sides for that. I'm going to show some pictures here to Anne on the laptop. We'll know what we're talking about. I just want to talk a little bit about the indigo dyeing. There is a woman, her name is Christine Vejar, Vejar. She is the owner of A Verb for Keeping Warm in Oakland and has written several books. She's really probably an internationally known natural dyer. Incredible. So I used instructions in her book, and her book was called The Modern Natural Dyer. And it was like Christmas time, and I was just like, I'm indigo dyeing. I'm going to figure it out. And it was so fun. So here's an image. I had a big bucket with my indigo dye in it, my gloves. You can see my fabrics in there. And then it was in a water bath because you're supposed to indigo dye at like 90 degrees, a certain temperature. So I had my husband's sous vide wanted to use to cook things in water. And that was in the water, like stabilizing the temperature. I'm like just set up in the living room, like right over here. This next photo just kind of shows my setup. And I had a drying rack because you dip dye it multiple times and to get the depth of color that you want.
And this is inside her house.
This is inside my house. It's like, it was probably the end of December between Christmas and New Year's. You can see the Christmas tree in the very corner of this picture. I know, it's so funny. I'm just sitting there next to my rug, dip drying, and it was such an exciting thing to do. And then here was the fabric once it was finished and washed. I washed it then several times. And I think that's another thing that made the stitching of this in general a little bit more challenging. The fabric doesn't have a lot of like the stabilizer or anything in it. So it's maybe a looser fabric. So
show the back too, just for fun.
Oh, sure. Probably my back has probably changed. Like, look at this back up here.
I had so many long threads up here.
Yeah. So this would have been my very first square I did. And you can kind of see the back probably changes as I go down.
I think last time you mentioned something about you had to figure out how to do the house with just one color.
Yeah.
Was that
the roof?
People had given you some suggestions of maybe using a texture. In your roof.
By the time I read everybody's comments, I had already done the roof. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. Was because his one color version did not have the chimneys, and I wanted to have the chimneys for that.
Oh, okay.
Also, where they put the initials, I have a C and a Q. Hold that side for a minute, please. His model had W's and they took up a lot of space. Mine was really empty, so I added these little just doodahs along the sides. So these doodahs and those doodahs.
Oh,
I just put in.
Nice choice.
I did not put any doodahs. I kind of like the negative space in the interior part of that. So
well, I honestly can't quite believe it. I mean,
I know.
Were you feeling like super excited this last week as you were seeing it go?
Yeah, I mean, I've really been, let's see, I probably finished it. Well, I just finished it like 5 minutes ago. But besides that, I probably finished it. This is Saturday, like Tuesday or Wednesday. And I've been stitching it. That was really the only thing I'd been stitching since our last filming. So it was like a week and a half of really. But at some point, I'm like, I'm doing it. And it just flowed. There's nothing. And the other thing was these diagonals. We go that for a second again. Were just so challenging for me. They were also charted in negative space. When I went though to do my last diagonal, it was like easy.
So you mean originally when you started stitching?
Yes, and then it was just sort of in my head.
You've gotten better.
These are so hard. These are so hard. But then it was them. Okay.
We're gonna write you a progress report on how your skills have grown. Well, now I just can't wait. And I've heard some ideas about how you might want to.
I know how I'm going to finish. Yeah.
So I'm gonna. That at all now?
I'll just show really quickly. So I'm gonna pay for some professional. I think I might still try to lace it myself. I'm going to go to a couple framers locally, or I might do the whole thing myself. But I'm going to frame it in one of these. It's called a floater frame, and a lot of art pieces, canvases are framed in here, so that your piece doesn't have glass on it. It's just sitting inside.
So not
the frame.
a shadow box.
Not a shadow box. At first, I thought I might hem stitch it and shadow box it, but then I'm like, I want to frame it like a work of art.
Okay.
And I felt like this would look really good. So So either I need to keep working myself on how I can do that a little bit better, or there are two framers that I now know about locally that I didn't know that are more like individual people that do framing. So I might go and talk to them to see if they do floater frames. And
what kind, a light wood, a dark wood?
I think I might do just a light wood. I think I just like these plain, very plain. I think floater frames are often, this light. People.
Great.
So that the piece, and I really don't want glass on it. I really want to be able to see on the stitching.
I can see that.
But I'm willing to spend some money. This is for me worth it, and it's something I do want to keep and display on my wall. So
yeah. Okay. Wow.
Thank you everybody for listening to me, because you can tell that was
really
really
we've
exciting.
Received a lot of encouragement the whole time we've been stitching Fruits of Plenty. So when I get mine out, please encourage me.
And all the time,
really incredible.
We've been stitching. We've seen lots of people finish theirs, finish theirs.
Last year, we're totally finished. 2024 is our year. So maybe 2026.
Of course, I'm always going to miss pieces. One thing, this is a bag made for me. It's a very long story by Stacey Lorraine, and this has been my special bag that I've kept my Fruits of Plenty in. And so now we'll talk about my next big piece I'm going to start. And that's one of the reasons why I want to finish Fruits of Plenty. It's going to go into this bag. So this bag is always going to be like a special piece bag.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Have some chocolate.
Thank you.
Have another sip.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about what you're wearing, or are you going to skip that? All right.
We could skip. I was wearing this 2 episodes ago.
Oh, it's you next still.
Oh, okay. I have to save my chocolate. All right. Okay, so I have it's almost fully FFO'd. I still have to do the back. But once I was done with Fruits of Plenty, I'm like, I'm getting out my false small whips. And Anna, I was so happy. I had 2 fall smalls that I put away in a project bag. It was so fun to come back to something that I'd already started. There was no decisions I had to make. I could just pick it up and start stitching. So I'm actually going to make sure I always have some whips for the next season to pick up and start.
That's sort of a flip of like, oh, I didn't get it finished, to like, oh, you'll be waiting for me.
So this is Gobble Gob. It's one of the stackers by Plum Street. And I bought this pattern when I was in the DC area with my sister-in-law. It was the summer of 2024. We went to In Stitches together. And In Stitches, they have models all around their shop, so many models, and they all have numbers on it. So then you yourself can self-service and go find the patterns by matching the numbers, which is brilliant. And here I finished it, and then I'm finishing it as a tile finish. And after this video, I'm going to go to Needle Studio. Anna's so inspiring to me. I'm going to put some fabric on the back that's like a bold print of some kind. So I'll put that on a piece of mat board for that. And I've kind of come to the decision, and it fits perfectly in this particular.
It looks really good in the
frame.
walnut too.
I was like, should I finish it as a pillow? You know what? I just don't think my house or personality lends itself to sort of pillow finishes.
I think you're right.
I'm not a person to have like decor bowls with things arranged. I'm more about like putting stuff around. So I'm sort of letting that go. I always sort of felt bad, like, should I be making more pillows? Should I put pillows displays? And I'm like, CQ, you're a tile girl. So hashtag team tile.
By the way, we always get questions and comments about how we make our tiles. And I always refer people to Ivana Pfeiffer's flat fold finish, because a tile is really just the front part of a flat fold, just not the back and not the connecting piece.
Unfortunately, her content's down right now.
What?
I don't know if she's put it back up. I think this happened maybe about 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, where whether people weren't respecting her content or for whatever, maybe she was getting comments that she didn't appreciate, but she took her
I have
content
not
down.
heard that.
Now, I don't know. I think somebody once said that had happened before and she brought things back at a later point, but all those valuable resources done. This might be a good thing. I'll show you the back. I lace mine and I kind of do my corners like a package just to try to get uneven like that. And I always, because I do flat folds, I make my bottom, my sides were 1/4 inch and this bottom is 3/4 because these stands, I feel like I really nailed it this time, are 1/2 inch. Usually, and really
so satisfying.
Because usually I'm afraid, I'm like, that feels like too much, but that really works great. And then when I do my fabric covered board on the back, I'll only bring it down to about here because it won't fit in the slot, but it will cover, I do my lacing so it will cover my lacing and come, above the board there.
We also get a lot of questions about these stands. The typical stand for a photograph, the slit is not wide enough for a tile, but if you get one for stained glass, then it is wide enough.
Yeah. So probably by the time I, hopefully at the beginning or the end, or even I'll insert here if I ended up getting a good fabric and doing the back, I'll put it in here.
Get good fabric.
Yeah, I will. So lots of fun.
When I walked in your house today, she has it standing right, so you can see it right when you come in the front door. It was very cute.
Yeah, really happy with this. One of the things about documenting, I feel like one of the things I love about crafting is memories get placed in a piece like this. And so I like to document those, like memories like I got this with Helen. Like she's such a special sister-in-law. I'm so lucky. My in-law family is amazing. And so like, I think of Helen every time I do this or visiting with her, how generous she is with her time. And then this, or what was I doing? Like, oh, I finished this right after I finished Fruits of Plenty or last year. So that's one thing about the documenting is remembering that.
Yeah. That's part of the fun of having this around the house because it's reminding you of good times and good people.
Yeah. Okay, I've been talking a lot, but I talk a lot.
I'm realizing
but I'm feeling really good.
Well, these are some big milestone, and that
really
is
good.
Really cute.
Even look at these things layered.
Yeah, let's show that too.
Yeah. So again, and these frames also just stand up, like just kind of having things propped up. I really like. Just need one pumpkin there.
I put this under finished object, my next things, but I guess they're really fully finished. So like I said, the students last week, we had 3-hour chunks of time, but it was just so great. We could really get in the zone. And this is always a delicate balance as a teacher of you want to be very available, you want to be giving nudges, you want to be giving encouragement, but there's sometimes when middle schoolers do not need you at all and you're just going to irritate them if you're roaming around the room. So for the times when we had like that, I was messing around with perforated paper because I can't get this idea of layering things out of my mind and out of my head. And so
Collage 365.
And I did a tile finish with some cross-stitch buttons that are in a little shadow box frame. This is just this needs to get out of me in some way. So I was like, okay, I sometimes I just cut out pieces of paper. So I'd cut out that sort of light blue piece of paper and then I cross-stitched this perforated paper is cross-stitched to the blue background. And then I just had this ribbon out in the garage. So I'm like, what? Okay, that's a start.
Yep, you're collaging.
And then
Can I give you one little critique?
Yeah, absolutely.
I almost wish you had backed this with a piece of paper. Like, do you like to seeing the design shine through?
I did like to seeing the design through.
Okay.
What don't you like about it?
I feel like I either really want to see it shine through or I want it layered on top.
Okay.
But really cool.
And then I had some wrapping paper that was double-sided, and the wrapping paper had such a cool graphic on it. I just put this on a piece of white perforated paper and cross-stitched that little bunny on. And can you see these triangles? That's just the other side of the graph paper, and you can sort of see
the wrapping paper. Sorry, did you stitch through the wrapping paper then?
Yes.
Now that.
But I had that on the back as I felt with my needle, and I would sort of pre-punch the hole before I did the X.
What do you mean down on the back?
The perforated paper gave me the
Oh,
print.
oh, yeah. I thought you meant this
I
piece
was just
of...
getting images from this book, which I refer to.
Is that just a little sticker?
That's just a piece of cardstock to cover the back of the stitching.
Yeah.
So this is the start of something.
That's really cool, Anna.
And we'll see what happens with it.
Okay, folks, you saw it here first. Really neat. I'm just gonna
I'll just chuck them into the collage box for now.
You know, this would.
Yeah, this one is not entirely successful. Even the color combination, but it was my first one. I was just.
You got to start someplace for sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I like that idea of putting solid paper over the top. And then stitching through that. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah. And I have other ideas. We'll see what happens. That's what I did for the 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. I was like, get it out of your head and try it, Anna.
Yeah, that's good. I also feel like when my granddaughters are doing like craft projects where we have crafting, sometimes they need my help, but other times, like, if they don't, I pull out my own. I'm like, oh, I'm doing my craft project too, because same thing. Like, you want to be there to assist if they need it, but you also want to keep your paws off. Like, and I don't, I need to put my ideas into my work, and they can put their ideas into their work.
Yeah, that's bringing back a memory, because when I used to teach in a self-contained elementary classroom, we would have a free read time every day for 20 minutes. I think it was right after lunch, of just silent reading. And I thought, I should be reading too. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't be on a computer or doing this or that.
Yeah, we would do something, it's called like Dear, drop everything and read.
Oh, yes.
And every time we did that at school, I always had my book too, because I'm like, I'm also dropping everything and reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also took out a lot of knots.
Yeah.
Last week.
Like,
I said so many times, actually, a lot of knots are actually just a twist. Let me show you.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some of the predicaments they get into, I couldn't even figure out some of the predicaments they got into. I'm like, okay, let's just stop this stitch. We're going to tuck under your thread, and we're starting the thread.
Yeah. A lot of times too, like the back would look atrocious, and you're just like, great, you're doing a great job, because that's like secondary learning. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to whips. Anna's going to start us off.
So Carolyn gave me some marching orders, which I'll talk about later, which worked really, really well for me.
Oh, they did? Oh, good.
Yes, but it's so funny because the first thing I did when I got home was nothing to do with anything that I had even mentioned. And I think it was my fall dough bowl calling to me, because we had showed a few fall finishes, and I have one little pillow, and I put it in the dough bowl, and I'm like, I need a few more things. Because unlike Carolyn, I do like the idea of filling.
You know what? It's going back to the idea of collaging.
Exactly. Totally.
I think I'm not as much of a collage person.
So I am exploring a lot of Notforgotten Farm patterns, and I've always loved this Merry Harvest pattern. It's just negative space. Here's the color palette.
She really knows how to put together a palette of DMC. Like, she knows how to do neutrals within the pop.
A few little, yeah. And I actually started this at the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit, but I did exactly one letter, the big M. But I worked on this for about a week. So I'm down to the part where there's an alphabet at the bottom. I hit these times in my stitching where it's just so many letters.
Make sure I don't drop it.
The white pumpkins are not showing up very well. Isn't that like the eternal problem, everybody?
What white are you using?
It's actually an off-white. It might be ecru. Excuse me while I eat another piece of candy. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's ecru.
Would you like one?
Yeah, would you like a nonpareil?
I mean, I wonder if that's a place where you want to do 2 strands.
Maybe.
Or go to a brighter white. I'm about to show Saltbox. The Saltboxes use Snowball.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like an electric white. And that would show
that's
up.
a lot different.
Oh, yeah. You know, Anna, I would go back and make that, because I think it is too...
What do you all think? Is it too hard to see them?
And I think a white pumpkin can be so dramatic.
Right. I also bought some sulky thread. Some white sulky. Is it number 12 or something? When I was at Acorns and Thread, because I'd heard people talk about that. It feels tedious to pull that out, but maybe I will.
I love these. This geometric and the change of color in those.
I love the little tiny pumpkins with the big long tops.
Okay. How do you think you're going to finish this?
I think a pillow.
Really nice. It's pretty purple. Like a lavender, dusty lavender.
Yeah, it's this color. 3772. All right, that's my first whip.
Awesome.
How about you, Carolyn?
Yep. This is another one of my fall whips that I pulled out. They were in my Olivia B bag. And it is, I'm working through the Saltbox series. I've done spring, I've done summer, I've done this fall, and I'm now currently, this was my whip for this one. And this was the palette for both of those ones. And here I am.
Oh yeah, you're getting really close.
I really enjoyed these smalls. I love these so much, and I finished them as the full Polaroid picture version, and again as a tile. They work really well as a tile. A couple things I did to change this one is the stars. The star part in the pattern is done with long stitches, but I cross stitched them.
You did that before, didn't you?
I've done that before, and I like that. And then down there where those pumpkins are in the pattern, it's a date. It is 1650. But I'm like, I'm not doing a date. I'm doing some big old pumpkins there. So to get the pumpkins, and because I was keeping in the palette, a couple of things. I got my pumpkins from Seasons of the Heart, the autumn. I did these pumpkins right here with a modified stem, which reminds me, I have the Katie kit for this that I still haven't started. I think I'm going to start this year, and then that will be my next year. I'll be like, oh, I've got to start going. It might be hard. Can you see? I actually backstitched.
Oh, I didn't notice that
between
at first,
it.
yes,
And
now I can see.
I think I'm going to have to change the greens of my stems. I think they're going to blend in too much with the house, but that's okay. I can do that. So love this. And to be honest, this is like 17 rows of white down here, solid white. I'm happy. I'm happy. That does not bother me at all. So this has been my sort of my other whip.
I'm in like Team Polaroid. I like the white at the bottom of these.
And also when they're finished like this, then they really do look like Polaroid pictures. In fact, was that my first tile finish?
I don't know. Maybe.
So I think by the next time we have a video, I'll have that one all done and finished up because she needs to join her other house, fall house. And then all I have is the winter ones left. These have been really
had a good time with those.
Really fun projects. Some people have been stitching them. I think New Hampshire Stitcher is doing this where she's doing them all. Several people are doing them as all one piece. In fact, this was a Sal she started maybe at this point like 2 years ago. But I'm enjoying them singly.
Okay, very good. All right, my first, getting back to marching orders, my first marching order from Carolyn was to go to the Quintessential Smalls, which I've now nicknamed the Quints.
The Quints.
So this is what we're talking about. From Modern Folk Embroidery, and this is a stitch along that started, or make along, because there's a lot of finishing techniques. Started in August. So I am doing one of these, personalizing each of these for one of the 5 girls in our family.
That's so nice.
I'm just doing it in birth order. So the first one is for Joan. And you know what I did? I had this huge piece of porcelain, 40-count porcelain, and I'm using phthalo red. I had it all on the one big piece. I'm like, I need to cut this out.
Yeah.
So
it makes it more pleasurable, isn't it?
I think for both of the things that you suggested for me, I had stalled for a reason. You know how you can just have that little reason, like, I don't want to get stitched on that big piece of fabric.
I know.
Kind of thing.
I know.
So I cut it out, and I'm like, how am I going to start and stop the back stitch? I'm like, Anna, you will figure this out.
Yeah. Well, Katie gave those really good instructions in our video, a couple of videos ago, about how to use the pin stitch to do back stitching. I printed it out because it's like awesome instructions, and I'll talk about it when I show mine.
I don't think that registered.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. I'll do it.
You mean in comments?
When I was talking about showing how I had started it in the margin, and I wasn't confident about the pin stitch, and she's like, oh, no, you can do a pin stitch, and she gives fantastic instructions for how to do that.
Gosh, I have to go back. How did I miss that?
So that would have been
or I didn't register.
That would have been 2 videos ago if anybody else wants to go back and look at that comment. Yeah.
What I did was I left a tail.
Yeah.
and then I wove in the tail after.
Good. Yeah.
And the Frisian alphabet does not have a J, but I just designed a J. And look at, there's so much variation in fallow red that the F is much darker.
I know.
I'm like, I don't know if that bothers me enough that I'm going to restitch it. Or whether I say like, whatever happens, happens.
I think whatever happens, happens. Okay, my husband's about to come in from a walk, so we're going to pause for a second here. Okay, we're back.
And then for September, which is a tiny, Carolyn, this is Carolyn's. This tiny little scissor fob, it's going to be so small. I started that one. And there's no Q in the Frisian alphabet. I'm using our maiden initial so that we all have Fisher at the end. And but I have an idea. I'm gonna adjust the O.
Oh, well, I'll be curious what you do, because for mine, I ended up not doing a Q. I did a doodah in the middle. So I did C, doodah, S. Mm-hmm. These are really so cute.
So tomorrow I might try to fully finish that.
Yeah.
Because at least as of now, I have a very open day tomorrow.
One of the things I learned from a previous class where I learned how to do this initially was you fold along the line. Like when you go to do this, well, first you'll have cut this, and then you can fold along that so that they're on the top.
Yeah. So like your finger pressing?
There you go. Your finger pressing. So you know what I did when I did my tile today? We both Anna and I, we first stitched guidelines of what our corners are going to, for this fit, and I think that helps really square things up. I then folded along those, and so that the piece of tile, okay,
it sort of naturally sits on the edges.
It naturally sat inside and folded around it. So
yeah.
Okay, Anna, those are looking really good.
Yeah, so I'm over the hump on this. Partly the large fabric, partly, I don't know.
Yeah.
The backstation. I'm definitely going to go back and look. And I do want to share this project bag one more time. I love this project bag.
It's a good one. Did you get links to the videos?
I did. Good. So Jacob emailed me. It might have been like the next day after I mentioned that I had emailed. And it's very easy to access.
Okay, great. Yeah. Good. I might use those instead of joining the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice, Anna. Yeah. All right, my next whip is a knitting whip. And this is a sweater that I'm knitting for my younger granddaughter who lives in New York. Oh, I realized, here, I have to put my pattern here. I've shown part of this before. This is just so her. That's all I'm going to say. It's called the Sinister Kittigan. And there's an adult version of this pattern that's called the Sinister Catigan. And when I saw those Totoro-esque kittens, I'm like, oh my gosh. And this granddaughter is not sinister, like that word. That's not why it's so her. Something about those graphics are just so her. And the designer for this is Marna Gilligan. And this granddaughter asked her what color she wanted, and she wanted purple. So I got a couple purples and a gold. And I'm going to put this picture here. I was knitting. I had taken the girls to their gymnastics class, and I was sitting there knitting. I'm like, oh my gosh, the colors of this match my Trader Joe's tote and my purse. It was like perfect, right on.
Oh,
so I post that, but I'll show that again here. Okay, so without further ado,
you've been keeping our Instagram going. Thank you.
Here is, and this will all get blocked and everything. So
it's so cute. Look how tiny it is.
I know. It looks kind of bumpy, but that's just how knitting, particularly color work, and when you block it, that gets all cleaned up. There are my Sinister Kittikans. I was stalled a little bit on this because at the top, you have to use 3 colors per row. And it's no knitter likes to do that. It's really hard. And then as soon as I got to the 2 colors per row, it just goes fast. And you can see this part down the middle, those stripes, that's where it's going to be cut open to be formed into a cardigan when it's done. So I've got her top done, and I'm now working down her body. And I'm so motivated on this one. Her older sister got a new sweater. I think I showed it in the last video, the red one with the buttons.
If you have a picture you feel comfortable sharing, people that
oh, you know what? Comments. I know people ask that if I can cover her face, but all of our kids don't want their kids on the video. So if I didn't put a picture in,
yeah,
that's just the way it is. She's cute.
You can imagine
it fits her really cute. It fits her really great. And so this one, that family's coming out at Thanksgiving time. So I really want to have this done at Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes.
For her. So Sinister Kittigan. I was knitting this over at the local house, and both of those granddaughters were like, oh, can I have one of those too? So I have a feeling I am going to be knitting a variety of Kittians.
We'll cheer you on through the 3-color.
Yeah. It's only like 5 rows, and that had stalled me out in one day. And you have to like, you're managing 3 balls of yarn, and I'm just like, Carolyn, sit down right now and just do it.
And so you're going to have to cut up that sweater.
That's no problem. I've done that now enough times, and I actually have really good notes on we started with show notes on a blog, and it lasted like 8 episodes, but one of them was all the steeking information. So it's really good. I have photos. I have links to all my resources. So example of where I go back and look at my blogs.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I go back to look at my file folder.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Second thing Carolyn encouraged me to do was to pull out my Notforgotten Farm sampler, which is called Fronica Buehler 1852. Mm-hmm. And I'm replacing Fronica's name, even though that's the best name, with somebody in our maternal line. Mm-hmm. And letters.
You've done a lot.
We can put a media progress photo in. So I have filled in this side over here underneath, and then our ancestors is the name that's going in now. And I had made some mistakes. Like there is a sideways U and an N. Like an N and a sideways N as 2 different symbols on this chart. And my eyeball mistook, I did this green instead of red. And so I had to take out some things because I really wanted a red stripe in there.
So that's interesting that you're putting in both her formal name and her nickname.
Yes. So I had a lot of indecision. Keep Fronica Buehler, because I'm pretty sure that's one of Lori's ancestors from a Pennsylvania Dutch ancestor. But like, no, I think I'm going to put one of ours. And her middle name, Elmina, is also very fun. But her nickname is Katie, and I decided to put her formal name, her nickname, and then her last name will go.
So it's Catherine and then Katie. Which are you going to do, her maiden name or her married name?
I'm going with Kroll. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little unorthodox. But there will also be an alphabet above her name. So there's one more line of letters. But then there's 2 birds and a house and a chicken.
Oh, above her name. Oh, there's more above.
There's an alphabet here. And then there's all these motifs down here. So once I finish this, because I've been stitching letters for a week, I'm going to come at least do these 2 birds. And then I'll have the house and the chicken down here. Maybe I'll do those last. Also, in the chart, there are 2 words, this. And they were charted as dis, D-I-S, and I decided to change them to this.
This is cute. Done by me, you see.
You read it across. This work done by me. When this you see, remember me.
Oh.
And I for a while it took me, but what is happening is that the words are faced on the edges.
It's justified both right and left, and then spaced in the middle.
Yeah.
I know there's a word for that.
I love this sampler. I'm wondering how I'm going to sign this sampler. I might try a signature stamp. It feels absolutely...
What does that mean, a signature stamp?
Like your cue.
Oh, but not stamp. Would you stitch it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I'm calling it that.
It's your mark.
Yeah. I really want to finish this in the next month. Like I want to finish this, and I might make it a giant tile. Like I'm not sure I'm going to frame it. I might just, we'll see.
Sometimes I think giant tile. This is really a giant tile with just a little border around it. The floater frame. I remember when we first started, I'm like, I'm framing everything with my floater frame. We were so into
I still love that.
Me too.
The price was, it's trickier. It's trickier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And it is more expensive. I gotta fix that it skewed.
It's so funny because I know, in fact, the kids last week were very surprised at how long it was taking them to cross stitch. Mm-hmm. And we have a little assembly at the end of this week, and they were like, people are not going to get that I have like a half finished bear head, and I've worked on this for 12, 15 hours.
I know.
I'm like, okay, but this is part of the reason that cross stitch is precious. But even though I know this, and even though we've stitched for a certain number of years, when I started with the Notforgotten Farm, I thought I was going to do like 3 samplers this year. I'm going to do 1 sampler this year. It's pretty clear to me now, because I wanted to do a fall small, which will probably be the Merry Harvest, and I want to do a Christmas small.
And now that I know, like, even small pieces really take time to work on. I think that's what keeps me from starting a lot of things. I don't mind having some whips, but I want to finish most of my whips. And so I kind of think that I'm like, don't start something that you don't really want to put all that time to think about and to stitch. I can't believe it's only those colors.
Yeah, it's 4 colors.
4 colors. So successful. Good. And so you really think you're going to finish this year?
Oh, for sure.
Good. Good. I'm glad I gave you that marching order.
Yeah.
That chair is really phenomenal.
I think it was this recharted line where I actually think I'm going to have to take out her birth year and scooch it over a little bit. It's funny, the little things, because for both the Frisian Smalls and this, the barrier was little, but it was keeping me from...
I know. Sometimes you have that hurdle, and once you get over it, you're like, what was my problem? I know.
It's like sewing on buttons.
But it's enough that you just like, especially if it's the end of the day and you're sitting down, you're like, I don't want to deal with that now.
Yeah, and it's a real thing, so name it and deal with it.
That's it. It's good. Okay. So Anna, I just thought, we're going to be really short today.
Oh, almost an hour.
I know, but that's also, we're going to cut out all the John
time. Yes.
Right,
or most of the John time.
Do you all know that sometimes I put bloopers at the very, very, very
Now that you
end?
say that, you'd have to put one.
Yeah. It's usually after the long title page at the end. There's a little Easter egg surprise if you make it that long. Hey, Anna.
Hey, Carolyn.
I'm a little curious. What's going on with you with the Jingle Ball? And are you going to the Jingle?
I'm going to the ball.
Okay.
Are you going to the ball?
I'm going to the ball. I'm so into the ball.
She's so into the ball. I'm like, let's stitch a little bit together that weekend. And when she's very quiet when I say something, I'm like, okay, she already has another plan. She's like, I actually think I'm going to get set up in one of the bedrooms in our house. So that means if I want to stitch with her, I'm going to come over and set up, maybe bring her a little food.
No, I might. We have to look at the schedule. I know the day I'm doing my classes, I'm going to want to be like immersed.
I know. Okay. We're going to take one of the same classes.
Okay, some questions for you all. Did you sign up? Are you going? And then what I would love to hear, because for both of us, this is our first time going to Jingle Ball. We are Jingle Ball newbies. I did go one year. Oh, you did?
But I just listened to a few designer interviews, and that was about it. I was there for like an hour or 2.
Okay. So what are things, if you've gone to the Jingle Ball before, are not to be missed? Like, we should definitely key into those. We'd love to hear that from you. And then, what was you wanted to also know?
With so many people participating, and I know there's a lot of stitching rooms, is there a way to like meet up with particular people, or is it more the spirit of like you just pop in a room, whoever's there? Great.
I know. Because it would be really fun to stitch with you all.
Yeah, and several commenters have said like that very thing. Like, it'd be fun to stitch together, and we agree.
Yeah. If anybody is interested in doing that, is that our stop button? Are we still going? Yeah. That might be fun to be like, hey, let's all go to once we know the stitching rooms, the XYZ stitching room.
Put it on Instagram stories or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, since you are fully invested, I have one idea. Why don't you start with what your plan is? I'll sit back and sip Prosecco.
I did a lot of pre-planning. I really looked hard at all the classes. I thought about what kits I wanted to get.
I love this so much.
I know. It was really fun. The day when it went live, we were babysitting the girls, and I told John, I'm like, you got to take them starting at like 3. It was 4 o'clock our time. 3:58. I'm going in another room, and I'll come out. And
I would have gone with 3:55. 3:58 is very bold.
Well, I was totally set up. I was on the page. I knew, and part of my thinking was I did have 2 kits I wanted to get, and they were ones that I felt I would have a little bit of a harder time outsourcing or gathering the materials myself. So that's a good way. That's how I made my choice. And I looked ahead, and I even knew where they were on the page. So once I was like hovering like you do if you fly Southwest, like to click it right at when the computer went at 4, and I went right, and I knew boom, 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 and I was out by like 4:03. So, and I know some of you, I'm really feeling for a lot of you that had double charges that I know got paid back right away. And I know it was hard because there were just thousands of us probably hitting that server, and nothing Steph can do. It's just demand for that. So I love too that her tickets are unlimited and that the PDF are also unlimited.
Fabulous solution. Because I haven't even bought my stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do it.
So I feel like that's super, super inclusive. So I ended up getting 2 kits, and I have both of them. If you have ordered, I'm going to show you the stand-up Santa, and I'm going to just quickly also show the Countdown to Christmas bell pull. Those are the 2 kits. So zip ahead. I'll put a little chapter that I'm done talking about these, so you can zip ahead if you don't want to see them. So first is the stand-up Santa that came today. And I thought this, first of all, I am like #team Kathy Haberman. Her class at the Spring Fling was like the best class I've ever taken. I don't care what she's teaching, I'm going to her class. And this one I thought would be good to get because it was a different kind of linen. It's done with pearl cotton. So she has an information card. Everything's packaged. And it's stitched with pearl cotton, and it's really sweet. So some of it's full pearl cotton, and others she's already put on floss drops for us. And out there, you get a backing fabric. Really you get a few things. If you get the kit, you'll see everything. But then you get this special, I think it's 20 count linen. So, oh, and she also gave us the needles. So this was one of the reasons why I wanted a kit for this. And I'm definitely going to have this done because we're going to do stand up, and I may not be doing it at the same time as the class because I'm just a little bit of a slow worker.
Yeah,
but I'll be. They're recorded. I'll be getting
you'll be able to see this with that easily, like at Thanksgiving time when there's a lot of socializing. You might be able to stitch that.
Oh, for sure. It's 20 count. So that's the stand-up Santa. And again, you can always get the PDF pattern and source. And she's also has a video where she talks about places that source that linen if you want to get that linen as well.
Nice.
So that was the first kit I got. Then the next one was the heartstring sampler one was the priciest kit I think that was there. And so I waffled about it. But I decided to get it because it comes with wood hangers for the countdown, and it's such a long, thin piece of linen. I just felt like
feel there. Yeah.
But that's why I got that. So here is what that's going to look like, and I'll actually just pull out. Her husband, I believe, made these. So the top and the bottom for the bell pull.
Very nice.
So I really feel like that's going to be a doable project. And same thing, I'm going to have this stitched because I want to have this hanging for Christmas. And
the girls are going to like that.
There's lots. I can't wait. There's like regular DMC and there's sparkly DMC in here. So we're going to.
If you're going to use it, the holidays is the time.
I'm like all in. I'm going to do that as well. So I'm very grateful that I was very happy with both of these, and I can't wait. And so I want to have them ready because I want to make the most of the classes and everything. Mm-hmm. And then the very last thing, I also got one PDF pattern. I actually just went in the next day, and I will not have this done by the Jingle Ball, but I've wanted to do something by the Blue Flower, and I just love the Woodlands Biscornu. So I'd love to take her class and just see the finishing for that. So I'll try to stitch this during the class or be working on it. And I thought that'd be a fun, like, winter stitch as well with the animals.
Yeah.
So those are my Jingle Ball. I'm in. I've marked that off my calendar. I am not doing anything else that weekend. If my son and daughter-in-law ask for babysitting, I'm going to be like, no. Sometimes they're like, we're so worried about asking you all for babysitting. I'm like, don't worry. We'll say no when we have to say no. Keep asking.
She's saying no then.
So I'm saying no. That weekend, no. All right, Anna, you.
So I'm going to buy a ticket to the ball, and I'm going to buy the PDF for the stand-up Santa.
Oh, good.
But with a modification, because again,
Oh.
With my Notforgotten Farm emphasis this year, this is one of the charts that I'm very interested in stitching. And I'm like, what if I stitch him and I just learn the technique of a stand-up?
Oh.
And I'll modify that a little bit. Like maybe I won't put the
border, and then you can round his head a little bit.
Yeah, I think that'll work, don't you?
You can, for sure.
And I would like to have him stitched. Like I want to watch that class carefully, take notes, and then make him. And I'm going to say that I like a Santa with a good pipe.
So Anna, maybe that might be a class for us to do together.
Right.
We can both, especially if we don't think we're going to make it during the class, but we'll be taking notes and talking about it. And then we might want to even like work on it a little bit during the Jingle Ball, but like the next day on the Sunday.
Yeah,
I think all my 3 classes are on Saturday.
Yeah. The Belsnickel is a Pennsylvania Dutch tradition too.
Oh, what is the Belsnickel
it's like
tradition?
Sort of a mean Santa who comes around and like whips kids if they haven't been good. Something like that.
We're bringing that back, Anna. We're bringing that back for our grandkids. Sorry.
I actually want to learn more about it because I know I've mentioned Pennsylvania Dutch. Our maternal line is all in like the Pennsylvania Dutch in Pennsylvania.
Okay, yeah.
We have a lot of tradition that I would like to learn more about.
I would like that report back on the Belsnickel.
Yeah, and I wonder if Mom has any.
We'll have to ask her
information.
Because let's say Belsnickel doesn't do nice things. We could change it to be like Belsnickel does funny things. And do like silly things that the Belsnickel has done.
Yeah.
Okay, find that out because I might have to stitch Belsnickel too now because you guys, Belsnickel is really fun to say. Belsnickel.
That's my plan.
Okay.
And I think I just like to sort of relax and stitch. And I really liked the designer interviews that I did see. I also have heard about a Sal Back to the Ball, and I ordered a couple of, I think it was Jeanette Douglas, some really pretty Christmas designs. I'm going to look in the Christmas box.
From before?
From last year or the 2 years ago whenever I did go to the ball. And I'm like, how about if I stitch on one of those?
Yeah. And, I think that's why I'm not as like, oh, yeah, let's do this together. Because there was something about the Spring Fling that when John was out of town, I just set up and I just had my laptop there. I just was like in the ball. I was, everything was there that I needed. I was stitching and I was more like focused on participating in the ball versus.
And I'm not imagining like all weekend together, but I think a portion of maybe we can be present together in the class and maybe an hour before, an hour after.
Yeah.
If you don't have another class.
That sounds like something. Okay.
Maybe. She's giving me a maybe. Believe me, I know her well. So whatever she wants, it'll all work out.
I'm a person sometimes, if I'm all in, I'm like all in.
Yeah. I'm much more of like, let's do everything together.
Okay. We're
plans.
Plans. Here is our
my quince and Fronica. So the 2 things I showed.
Quince and Fronica. I like that.
Back to a fall small, either Merry Harvest that I showed today or Gather Thy Harvest Pin Katie Kit, as we like to call them.
Katie Kits.
And then Carolyn and I are both starting the huge.
Here, I got the pattern.
15 friends. Okay, great. And I actually have a small start on it. And
you did!
Questioning if that red is too bright.
Okay, what count is that?
This is, okay, so this is going to be tight on this fabric. It's 56, but it actually is 55. So I'm like, oh shoot, it's actually going to be even a little bigger than but I think it's still going to fit. I've done some calculations.
Wait a minute.
It's going to be.
It's really going to fit.
It's going to be 13, a little over 13 inches long.
The whole thing is going to fit.
It's teeny tiny. Look at those X's.
Oh my gosh, I'm on 38. This huge piece of linen.
Yeah, but you're going to cut yours down.
I'm going to cut mine down.
So these are the 3 reds that I have so far. This was the primary red. I think it looks so much lighter and brighter on the fabric than it does on the spool. I'm wondering if I would rather have more. I'm also really liking Fallow red, which I think is much more like this. Although I'm thinking, actually, is Fallow red like go from this to this? What's your reaction to the red on that so far?
To me, it looks very like bright in a crisp and clean way. So it, I like it. I like it a lot. It has the tiniest hint of pink in it. And I'm wondering if that's the brightness you're seeing.
I also think red is not a color I am drawn to.
Yeah,
so
same with me.
It is, which is one of the reasons I want to try a red sampler like this.
But I also feel like, and this is what I'm going to be using different reds. This so lends itself. I mean, even looking at this based on the density of the stitching, the reds look like they're different. So I think you could introduce, let me see the other two that you have. Oh, are you using this?
No, I'm using this one.
Oh, because this one would read very pink.
Right, which I don't mind a pinky red. I tend to like a bluey red or a pinky red.
What else is there? A red.
I like an orangey red.
Oh, okay.
What else is there?
Well, those are the two. I kind of like these two. Like doing this, what you've done, and then pulling in some of that.
Okay, I just want
maybe a little pink.
I trust Carolyn's color judgment so much. I just want to make sure I keep going with
I
that?
think especially, and it looks really pretty. I think especially once you get a lot on there, it's also because it's bright, it's going to feel like light and airy. Not like a darker, not that it's bad, but a darker would feel just a little bit more like grounded. But I would throw in some of the dark along the way.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going with that.
Okay, so you started.
So I have double. Well, I partially started because I don't have a lot of 56 count fabric, and I just needed to test. I wanted to test the colors a little bit.
Yeah, looks so good. All right, I might.
Thanks.
The official start day for us is November 1st, but I think I might start a little early too. Just same thing, just to kind of get my linen cut, just make sure I'm started.
Okay, what are your plans,
and so this is what's actually going to go into my Stacey Lorraine bag. My plans. I'm going to start this November 1st, if not maybe a couple days early. I'm going to definitely start at least one more small fall piece, just so I have a whip next year. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed that.
Do the Katie kit. Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that. The Seasons of the Heart, Katie. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to start working on my Jingle Ball projects. Gosh, so Jingle Ball is the 5th and 6th and 7th.
So you essentially have like a month.
I have a month. So I think for those, I might wait until November to start those, but who knows? And that's, and I got to be stitching away on my kit again. That's got to be done by Thanksgiving. That will. So that's it. All right.
Great.
Our shared supplies, we were both like zipped it. Well, mine were Jingle Ball shared supplies.
I got some stuff for the kids at school, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Okay. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. All right. My husband has a stationary bike, rides every day, uses the Peloton app. It's always been his thing. I started exploring all the things that are on the Peloton app. Amazing. So I have this newfound, I've been doing low impact cardio and some arm strength and some core strength. I'm loving these classes. I'm getting like attached to some of the instructors. So anyway, I've always loved like jazzercise Zumba, that kind of thing. So I like this sort of like motivated teacher and the music and everything.
Do you know what goes on at Mitchell Park on Wednesdays and Sundays?
I do. In fact,
at some point.
Yes.
If you ever want to do it, I'll come with you.
Well, okay. And I've actually registered for that, and then something came up and I couldn't go. So in one of our public parks outside, there's a big Zumba class that happens. It looks so fun. I think there's something about like an hour-long class that I have to register for, that I have to pay $40 for.
Is it $40?
I don't know. Like Zumba is like way up there.
I thought you just dropped in. Okay.
It just.
Too many hurdles, too many barriers.
Yeah, and I understand that that's partly an excuse. I love these Peloton classes. You can pick 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You can pick whatever many minutes you want. Get this array of classes. And
where do you do it in your house?
Back in our bedroom. It's been fabulous. So
great,
I'm just putting it in my thumbs up because it's been something that's been in my backyard, so to speak, for years. And I just didn't realize the potential or how well I would connect with it.
Yeah.
It's been fabulous. Second thing on my thumbs up is the Golden Gate Bridge. Every single time we went up last weekend, I see that Golden Gate Bridge. I am just, like, it literally lifts my spirits. If you ever come to San Francisco, you must see the Golden Gate Bridge from several places. Crissy Field, Fort Point, Tunnel Tops Park, those are all places where you can get very close to the bridge. But even like views from farther away. It is just a spectacular, spectacular bridge. And you never know what the weather's going to be. And that is part of the excitement. Sometimes the top is covered with fog. Sometimes you can barely see the bridge at all, and then it slowly emerges. It's just an amazing place. We have a couple of favorite coffee places around there, and we just love to take a nice long walk and have coffee. Golden Gate Bridge. My third thumbs up. Okay, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I've been into them lately. I find them comforting and tasty, and I've just been enjoying them so much. Don't need to refrigerate them.
What kind of bread do you put?
I've been using the Dave's white, what's it called, like, this is the way white bread should be.
Oh, I don't know. I don't get his white bread.
Yeah.
His, as if it's Dave is there cooking for us.
So, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Fantastic.
Carolyn, your thumbs up.
All right, first of all, this is all thanks to Sharon. I've had my bag of candy corn. I love candy corn so much, and at the Pinwis, she gave me this bag. It was the sweetest thing,
Really nice.
And I saved it for as long as I could. And then maybe beginning of last week, I opened it up, and my granddaughters loved it. So we'd often each get a little bowl of candy, and then I found out my husband loved it, so then I had to hide it because he was eating a little bit more than his share. Shall we say. So thank you so much. And then somebody on Instagram, she sent us the most hilarious comedian talking about candy corn. And if I'll go see if I can find, I'll go back into our messages. If I can find the link, I'll put it along here. It was, if you love candy corn, it was so funny. I was like laughing out loud. Okay. So thumbs up to my annual candy corn dose. The other thing I want to give thumbs up to is I subscribe to the Quilt Folk magazine. I have a big pile over there. This magazine, if you haven't seen it, it is beautiful. It highlights a region of our country. It interviews quilters there. It shows their work. It is a beautiful, there are no patterns or anything. It's really just for inspiration to learn more about people making beautiful things. And after, we spend so much time online to get inspiration. I love having a hard copy of something.
Yeah, good point.
To do. And I'll keep the current month out, and a lot of times I just go through it, and whether I just flip, sometimes I'll read a little bit, and then I keep them over there because I like to go back to them. So let's see, this one literally came in the mail yesterday, and this one is featuring Alaska. So I love that, how they go around the world.
I have the one from the Bay Area. It was last year, I think.
So Quilt Folk, thumbs up to that. And then finally, somebody we follow on Instagram, her name is Renee, and she right now is in Bethany Beach for a 2-week vacation. That's where we go in the summer. And so instantly I'm like, and so I've just been following her posts. She's been posting lots of fun things, and she started a Halloween puzzle. She goes, I started my Halloween puzzle. I'm like, I'm going to do the same thing. So I ordered this puzzle as soon as I saw it. It's a Ravensburger.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. Halloween, and I just got it started yesterday. So that has just been really fun. I love jigsaw puzzles, and I have a table over here, and it doesn't quite fit on there, so I have trays with my pieces.
I love this little...
I know. So many cute things on this. It's going to be really fun to make. All right. Thumbs up to jigsaw puzzles. Hi, Anna.
All right. We've just done a lot in the last 2 weeks. It's been fun. Always fun to get together and talk about it.
It's always fun to get
We
together.
really enjoy making these videos.
Yeah.
I'll speak for myself. I really do.
No, I do too. It's really fun. It's fun. I love planning for them and sort of pulling everything together from that week of what we've been doing, and
it's part of our documenting process, getting back to
I love seeing you all. And again, we now have faces of people that we know are sitting out there in our living room with us.
I can literally hear people's voices when I read comments of people we met at Pinwis.
It's really fun, isn't it? Right.
So many nice people in the world.
Till next time.
Happy crafting.
Stay curious. Bye, everybody.
might even one of those things like the USB, right? Something lock, but then I lock it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let me grab it.
Sure.
And head back.
Yeah. I'll just edit this out or not. This might be part of our bloopers at the end. Sometimes at the very, very end of the video, if I cut something out, I'll like put it, I have like a long title page for the name, and then after that. This is that. Turn a little refresh. Oh, I didn't reply to your. You want to finish the previous one?
But this is finished, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I still have to do my.
I thought to myself, either she's really busy, or
I haven't done it.
Or I thought she's heads down with somebody. I didn't think about it. You haven't done it. All right, see you, John.
See you, John. Thanks.